Welcome to Renewed and Radiant Podcast. This is where we have the real and raw conversations. So if you're ready to rise into the woman you were created to be, you're in the right place. And together we can design a life you love. I'm excited for today. We have with us Angela Fuller. She's a 45-year-old mom of two, competitive gymnast, American Ninja Warrior competitor, fitness instructor, and motivational speaker based in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. She's got quite a story. After a severe back injury and time on disability left her being told she'd never be an athlete again, Angela made an extraordinary comeback to gymnastics in her 40s following a 27-year break and was just recently featured in People magazine. So today she uses her platform to inspire women, moms, and anyone who's ever been told that it's too late to start again. Welcome, Angela.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
This is going to be great. And I mean, you can just tell from Angela, her smile just lights up the room. So we are in
Yeah.
for a treat today. She's got an amazing story. Angela, this is just so interesting. So please, I like the real and the raw version. So
Yes.
share with us.
Good, because I will tell it to you.
Perfect.
So, yes, thank you so much for having me. This is my first time talking on a podcast since my People magazine article came out. So, I'm so excited to talk about it. But yeah, my story is very personable. It's very vulnerable, but I will take you through it quickly. So, I grew up as a gymnast and cheerleader. So, I was basically an athlete my whole life. And then right out of college, I was in a really bad car accident and I severely injured my back. And so, my athletic days were over. And so I met my husband, had my first baby, and then my second baby, I herniated more discs and I was put on disability. And so I was done. So they wanted to fuse my spine. And I kind of accepted that life, being overweight and inactive. I guess I'm no longer an athlete, but it was my best friend was diagnosed with terminal breast cancer and it completely rocked my world. And so it was a wake up call of like, what am I doing? I want to flip and fly again. And, tomorrow's not promised. Oh, I hired a nutritionist, PT, strength training. I was also baptized and decided, all right, let's do this. And so I turned it all around. I lost all the weight, got in the best shape of my life, decided to teach group fitness because a part of my journey also was Zumba classes. Like they brought my sparkle back. And so I started teaching group fitness and then I was like, I want to flip and fly. And so I'd seen American Ninja Warrior and I was like, I wonder if I could do that. And there was another mom in her 40s on the show. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go for it. Well, that show's very hard to get on. So I trained for that and kept applying. And in the meantime, I was like, I actually really want to go back to gymnastics. So I Googled adult gymnastics and found a class nearby and I went in. And within a few weeks, the girl was like, do you want to join the team? I joined the team and I started competing and it's been incredible. Now this is my 5th year competing. I'm heading to nationals in a few weeks. Last year at nationals, I made history as the oldest female to ever complete the Omnathon. It's all around men's, women's, trampoline, tumbling, and one meet. And then I was on American Ninja Warrior. It took 4 years, but I got accepted on that a few years ago. So I know it's a lot, right? A lot of people are like, oh, that's a big story. So yeah, so that is the story. It's in People magazine. Yep.
That's amazing, Angela. Okay, tell us,
Thank you.
take us through that thought process and how did that look? How did that feel? Because I know of athletes that have experienced injury when this is their big goal, this is their big dream, and it's like done in a second. Gone,
Yep.
done. What's that feel like to be in that place?
My identity was gone. I really am somebody who flipping and flying is my soul is on fire. I'm alive. So I felt like I was just surviving. I wasn't thriving. I wasn't living. So I felt like I was just kind of becoming invincible, and just kind of living through my kids. And so I did also struggle with postpartum depression and just completely lost myself. So yes, it was a very dark, difficult time. Like I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like it was, and I slept on a heating pad for 14 years. Like I was in chronic pain because my nerves were impinged. And so like I had numbness through my legs. I honestly just a lot of people didn't even know how bad it was because I kind of hid it from the world and just pretended like I was fine. So,
Yeah. So, how do you get up every day? How do you keep going through that?
yeah, well, obviously, once I had kids for my boys, and I honestly, I wanted them to see a mom who was thriving and happy. And so I just kept going through it. I knew when they wanted to fuse my spine and they wanted to do dramatic medical, I knew that was wrong because I knew I'd be done. If you know anything about spine stuff, is this once you start fusing stuff and doing stuff, you eventually have like a cage in your back. So it's not like a minor surgery. And this was when I was 31, so things have advanced now. I'm sure they have better surgeries, but so yeah, I don't know. It is my faith, 100%. God was like, you are not done, and you just got to stick with it. And so I did have a spiritual experience with Jesus, and that's before I was baptized. And he came to me and said, I have big plans for you. So I would absolutely say all of this is because of God.
Wow. We can't let that go. I have to ask you now because I feel like lots of people are going to be wondering when you say God had said, I have big plans for you. Did you
Yep.
literally audibly hear that? How did that come to you?
Anybody who's had an experience like that is very, I can't explain it. It's truly magical. I was actually in my bedroom, like rocking myself in my closet, like I'm done. I was suffering from postpartum depression very badly. And I just didn't know how I could keep going on. I was miserable. I was in so much pain. I just didn't think that I was a good mom. And I literally saw a bright light in his hand, and I heard, and I can't even explain it, but I heard, I have big plans for you. And I know, and it was really interesting. 'Cause even my husband was like, when we heard I was going to be in People magazine, he goes, I think this was the big plan he talked about. So I can't share my story without giving him glory because it's him. That's why I'm here. This is his story. This is his plan. This is his timing. And so I just feel so lucky that he chose me to show the world that when you believe, you can do anything and he can turn any situation around.
That's incredible. What an
Thank
amazing
you.
story. So, we're trying to get a picture here of you literally in your closet, rocking back and forth. I mean, anyone that
Yeah.
has struggled with postpartum or with depression, that just that darkness, that deep, deep darkness,
Yeah.
it's resonating, right? You know how that feels, how awful that is.
Yeah. And I think that's why I glow now and I have so much of his light in me because it was so dark. I hit rock bottom. And it's really hard to talk about. And I actually didn't tell a lot of people for a long time because I just felt a lot of shame too. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that I didn't have control. It was my hormones and all that kind of stuff. But now I'm very vocal about it because I just want women to know they're not alone. It's very normal. That you can come out of it and you can shine and you can flip and fly again. You can chase your dreams in your 40s. Like I feel like my 40s are my launch pad. Like it's not like I'm done.
Yes, that's incredible. So, I
Yeah.
mean, just that focus right there of God helping you through that and meeting you there, which is incredible. Clearly you were open to it and
Oh
and
yeah.
then and then making that journey. So, I'm assuming that it wasn't just like that and then you were like, "Okay, I'm perfect. I'm fine. Let's just get going." Tell us how that went.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was baptized, and that was huge. And then it just was baby steps, and definitely, I was so surprised. And what I want to tell people is like, when you are overweight and out of shape and not moving, there's so much inflammation in your body, and so I think that's a lot of our pain, and that's where it comes from. And so for me, it was the nutrition part was huge, getting the inflammation out and just because I had all that extra weight on my spine and it was causing all that nerve impingement. So it was just getting up and fighting for it. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of, you know, the nutrition piece, the weight training, it was a lot. But it honestly kind of melted off. And then it was crazy because it was like it felt like overnight. It wasn't. But I woke up one day, I'm like, wait a minute, my back doesn't hurt today. And then like it was wild. And then now, like even last night I was tumbling at my gym and I'm like, when you land a backflip, it's like 10 times your body force or something crazy. And I'm like on the back that like crippled me for so many years. Like it's wild, you know?
That is amazing. Just so
Yeah.
incredible. I love this. So, yeah, the baby steps. And like you said, it's hard work. It's not easy, but it's actually very simple, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's why I always tell people, like, obviously, in females, like, you need to give it at least the first month before you see anything, right? And you have to take baby steps. And I say, show up before you're ready. Like, the number one thing people will say, one day, one day, one day, or like, when I'm ready. And I'm like, you're never really going to be ready. You just got to show up and do it. And so that's the other thing is like, and just get moving. So I tell a lot of my students that are trying to make transformations, walk more. Like that's the easiest thing. Go walk and move your body more. And then we're going to add on weights and other things. And then cut out sugar, artificial sugars and more water, more protein. So start small. I think if you look at the big picture, it's overwhelming. Like, what? So I do also like to be honest if I take a ton of supplements and I eat very, very healthy and I weight train a lot and I do a lot behind the scenes to be able to do gymnastics in your 40s because it's an extreme sport.
Yeah, is it ever?
Yeah.
Especially when you came off an injury. That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
And so I love that God did this though, because it, truly, if you see a woman doing this in her 40s, like you can do anything. Like if you can do gymnastics in your 40s, like there's no dream that's too big out there, you know?
Yeah, it's so encouraging and so
Yeah.
motivating.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
So
love
yeah, and I also just want moms to know, like, I think the biggest thing is we sometimes we have kids and we live in the shadows of our kids' dreams and we come invincible. We don't have to. We can come out of the shadows and chase our dreams alongside of our children. And so it's really cool to do that with my boys, right? So I get to not talk about like, what it was like when I was a kid and an athlete and how I felt. I get to have current conversations with my children who are athletes too and be like, hey, this when I struggle and I'm nervous, this is what I do at my meets. This is a current conversation. So that's really fun.
that is amazing. Oh, I love that. It's so
Yeah.
so encouraging and you're leading by example. So your family and not just your family obviously and now many people because People magazine, I mean lots of people are going to
Yeah.
be inspired by you and by your example, but you're leading by example, which I mean it means so much more than words.
Yeah. And it has been, I mean, the other big part of my journey that's been difficult is obviously walking alongside somebody with a terminal cancer has been extremely difficult. And I think the biggest thing I've learned is I do think we all think there is tomorrow or next year or the next year I'll do this, I'll do that. And when you walk along somebody, like I don't want to have regrets at the end and say, I should have done this, I should have done that. And, my best friend was an incredible, incredible woman. And she was only 44, and she had no family history. And so I think that it's changed me forever. But if you see all the incredible things, it's God, but it's also her. Like, I definitely, when I'm driving to gymnastics and I'm really tired and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this tonight, I think about what she would give to be here and do this and what a gift it is. Movement's a gift. It's not we have to go to the gym, it's we get to go to the gym.
Yes,
So,
it's reframing that, and I love that how what you've went through and that trauma, and with that, with your friend going through all of that, how you're using that to help motivate you and not allow yourself to slip back into, like the just the darkness and because that's heartbreaking, obviously. And so
yeah.
recognizing and shifting your mindset that this is actually a privilege. This is a gift that I get to do this.
Yes, yes. And it really did, it lit a fire in me. Like obviously her being alive and fighting with her was, that's she was on my sideline on American Ninja Warrior. And then, she saw the gymnastic stuff a little bit, but when she passed away a few years ago, it just like, I'm like, I'm doing it all. So that's why I went to nationals and I'm like, you can do all the gymnastics events. Okay, I want to do the men's events and I want to do trampoline and tumbling. Like we didn't get to do that in the 80s and 90s. It was like, you don't get to touch the boys' equipment. You know what I mean? And now it's like, oh no, I do it for the love of the sport. So I get to do all of it. And so the ultimate challenge at our national competition is the Omnathon. It's all the 14 events. And so last year I'm like, I'm doing it. And then they're like, if you do it, you're the oldest to ever do it. I'm like, awesome. Where do I sign up?
I love this. That's incredible.
So I definitely, it's for the moms. It's for all the women that had given up on their dreams. And I even said that when I did my last event. I was like, for the moms. So, yeah. And for her. And she's with me everything I do. Like, I feel her with me all the time. And yeah. So I know she's up there and cheering me on. And that encourages me so much. And so, I got to honor her in the article and people. And that meant so much to me because a lot of people are always say that you're so amazing. And my response is always, no, he is so amazing. And also I have to give credit to her because she really was that best friend. Like if I said I wanted to join the circus, she'd be like, when's your first performance? Like there was no crazy dream. And when I kept getting rejected by American Ninja Warrior, she was like, you got to go again. You're going to go again, right? You're going to try it again. And I'm like, I guess so. So I always, whenever awesome things happen to you, you didn't get there alone. It was my family and friends that got me where I am today and God. So they're the ones that get all the credit.
Yay, that's incredible. And yeah, just recognizing that and the importance of community, especially as women, we need
Yes.
we need that support, that encouragement, because how easy would it have been for you to say, okay, it's been enough times they've rejected, I'm just not gonna keep trying. But no, you had that support, that community.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah, I know a bunch of my students were on my virtual sideline at 3:30 in the morning because they film it overnight. Nobody knows that. And I'm like, yeah, it's filmed overnight. So those awesome students, yeah. I have the best friends that God's put in my life. Most of them are my students as well. Community is everything, and we build each other up. I was just talking to a friend about it today. I was like, and when you have big moments, like to be able to celebrate with other women that are genuinely happy for you.
Yes.
That's another thing. I'm all about women empowerment. It's not me getting to the mountain to say, look at me. It's me climbing while bringing women with me. It's lifting all of us up together. This isn't something that says, look at me. It's if I can do this, you can do this, and I'm bringing you up here with me. And so I hope that's what people see as well is
Yeah, yeah, and that's one of the reason why I wanted to have you on, Angela, is because of that. I mean, that I really, that's so important. As women, we need to lift each other up and cheer each other on and just
yes.
really support because we need it. And why not, right? Because when one of us succeeds, we're all a part of it.
Yes, we all win. And I will tell you, when I did Ninja Warrior, I shared the whole journey. So every year I got rejected, I would tell everybody. And there was a point where I was like, am I really going to keep doing this? But I have to be authentic and real. I'm not a fake person. So if I never got the call, I never got the call, but I wanted to show, I wanted to be vulnerable. So when I did get the call, we all got the call. Like it was like, finally they called you, Angela. So I think that's the other thing I want to encourage people when you do chase a dream, put it out there, share it with the world. Because you're going to probably follow through with it more. And the world needs more real people. Show the falls, show the failures, share the whole journey. Don't hide and just be like, look at the big moments because we have too many people doing that. It's not real. And as a mother, I just want to encourage everybody that follows me. I don't want people to think that I'm saying I'm perfect. And I share my before and after photos to show people like, I just want to be real.
There's so much power in that. And
Yeah.
like you said, oh my goodness, like with social media and now with AI and all the things, it's like mind boggling because now I'm starting to feel like nothing's real anymore, right?
And
So
then you're
when,
like, is that video real? Is that I will tell you, if you do follow People Magazine, they do a very good job of making sure that your story is your story
oh,
and your
that's,
photos are your photos. I was encouraged by that because it does go to millions of people. And so, like, I always have wondered, like, do people make stories up or do they? I'm sure people do, but People Magazine definitely vets it out and makes sure that you're legitimate and it's
oh,
not. Yeah.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
So
learned two
yeah,
things.
follow people because I think they're pretty legit. Well, my experience with them was
Yeah.
very good, and but
Okay.
yeah, we live in a it's an interesting time, but I feel like if this interview encourages anybody just to be more real and share their story, and I think that's the other thing is a lot of women are very like hesitant to put themselves out there because they don't want the judgment
Yeah.
and people are going to receive you based on where they're at in their life. So my story may trigger and upset some people and other people are going to be like that's awesome and that's the other thing you just have to recognize not everyone's going to be happy for you.
Exactly.
That's hard.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Don't let it stop you because there is a woman out there literally depending on you to share your story so it can help them and show them the way.
Yeah.
And the other thing for females, and I'm sure you've noticed, is like we need a woman to show us it's possible. I think more
Mhm.
than men. So I like to say I'm a trailblazer, right? I want to pave the path and then have everybody come with me. So
Amazing. Yes,
yeah,
yes. And I think it goes back, yeah, like you said, to the judgment thing. But when we realize that the people that really care and that we really care about, it's they're not going to judge you or people that are doing things like for you. I know you're never going to
yeah,
judge someone when they're starting out in gymnastics and they're failing or they're trying to do something big because you've done it. So when someone that's done it and has walked a
yeah,
journey, you just, oh man, you just want to cheer them on. And you're like, I know what it's like, but
yes.
don't quit. Keep going, keep going.
Yes, yes. And that's why I teach fitness. Love it. Watching a student start in the back row, really hesitant and insecure, and then watch their sparkle and they move to the front row. I can't even tell you. I literally get tears in my eyes in almost all my classes because I just love my students so much. But I just love seeing women discover that self love and that moment of like, okay, the sparkle's still in there. Like, and then I had a student who now wants to teach fit, Zumba too. And so those are the moments where I just, yeah, it's, but you do sometimes you need to see somebody else doing it, and I think that's the hard thing. I always worry that somebody could click on my profile today and be like, oh, I can never do that, she's amazing, and I'm like, well, you don't know where I started. I couldn't even do a hike, I could barely walk. Like I was, I mean, my first time even trying ninja, I always do have my first little lachey because it was so ridiculous, this little tiny hop on the bars, and I'm so glad I recorded it because I'm like, this is how it started. And now I'm
Wow.
flying, 10 feet. So that's the other, oh my gosh, the other thing is record your journey. So when you start, I know it feels weird, but like take before pictures, take little clips of you starting off lifting weights for the first time. Think of it as how can I help somebody when this journey is over? Because I feel like there are definitely, I look back and I wish I had more pictures and videos, even for people, they wanted all these childhood photos. And I'm like, I have three, maybe four. So document it. And nowadays it's easy to document stuff, but
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Okay.
yeah,
This is incredible, Angela. So, I mean, I'm going through here and there's so many takeaways, but way back
yeah,
to when you talked about, being in the closet and huddled up there and just rocking in that deep, dark place of the shame that was there. And
yeah,
that's very common. And so, just as a reminder to anyone listening, that if you're feeling shame, you don't need to hang on to that. You can release it and let go of it. And you're not alone.
yeah,
Most, especially women, have struggled, probably every woman has struggled with shame
yes,
in some area, right? So
yes,
don't feel like you're alone. You absolutely are not. Reach out for
yep.
help. Find a support, someone that's there for you, but don't let that shame control you and keep you in that dark place.
Yes. And if anybody sees us and is in a similar place, they can always reach out to me and I can help you find resources. I'm connected with a lot of different groups, especially for postpartum depression. But absolutely, you know what I always say? Sharing removes the shame.
Yes.
It's you have to. And I like get chills even saying that because it is so vulnerable. And it's wild to sit here and like I'm getting teary-eyed thinking about it of like I had a moment where I didn't think that I should be here,
Mhm.
and now look what God's done. So I just hope that women know like you can come out of any situation and don't think you're not being buried. You're being planted.
That's good.
So you're not. And so you are a plant and you're going to bloom and you're going to blossom and you're going to be me and you're going to be on People Magazine sharing your story someday. So I hope that's what people see. And it really is. You can be in the darkest place and you can still shine again.
Yes, that's so good. And the way for that is baby steps, like you talked about
Yes.
that. It's,
Yes.
yes, we want to get to this big goal, but don't let that stop you. Just take every day, just whether it's get out for a walk, just some type of movement, something, some type of baby step to move you towards that.
Yeah. My other favorite saying I was telling to a friend today is so there's a lot of fear in our world right now and
Mm,
fear in general, right? And I always think in the morning, like fear, forget everything and run or face everything and rise. It's like my favorite thing. And so every time I feel that fear, I obviously choose faith over fear. But it's so easy to hide, right? When you feel
mm,
scared, you're like, I'm just going to stay in my bed today. I'm not leaving my house. And I always think of that rise. I'm going to rise. I'm going to go to the gym today. Even if I only have 1% to give, I'm going to give my 1. And I'm just going to show up.
yeah,
So just show up, your messy self, whatever that looks like that day, show up and don't hide. The world needs you. The world needs your light. The world needs your gifts. We are all here with a purpose. None of us don't have a purpose. We all have a story. And people are like, but your story's so amazing. Like, that's why you shared. I'm like, we all have a story. My story is no different than your story. Your story can change the world too. All of our stories can, but you
exactly.
have to share it. You have to share it.
Yes. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right, for sure. And then again, too, the importance of community that we talked about and how, yours are in-person workout classes and are virtual. We have a virtual community, but just the importance of showing up, being a part of that community and just,
Yes.
there's so much power in that. And that can sometimes just be the thing the thing that will get you out of that funk.
I always say if you're really struggling, go find a Zumba class. I'm serious. I'm telling you, every Zumba class I've ever been in is the most loving, supportive, amazing women ever. And I'm telling you, like, they are my family. I can't even, like, seriously go sign up for a Zumba class. And by the way, with Zumba, nobody is watching you. They're watching themselves. Like, people are like, I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I don't know how to tell you, but you could fall over and we might notice. But like, we're just here to have fun and sparkle and be silly. Like, we've all been a beginner. So no one's judging you. Nobody's looking at you. And so, or people say I have no coordination. I'm like, you don't need coordination. You just need to move. And dancing is the number one antidepressant. I don't know
Isn't
if you
that
know that.
Yes, I love it. It's amazing. And
Yeah.
just that shot of dopamine and oh, it's so good.
Yes, and the music and the whole and being in community and like we all hang out outside of class and go to lunch together and dinners and so I just find a fitness community. Like if you know nowhere to go, go to a fitness class. But make sure you introduce yourself. Don't just run out. I almost like I chase down new people sometimes because I'm like, "Hi, I'm Angela. Please come back." Like or I'll go find them on Facebook and friend them and thank them for coming because I hope people know I think a lot of us feel a little invincible and I want everybody to know that I see them. I
That's
see
good.
them and you matter. Every single person matters.
Exactly. I love this. This is a great conversation,
Yeah.
Angela, and so encouraging, inspiring. Okay. Where can people, if they want to follow along with your journey, I mean, if anybody's
Yeah.
listening to this that is in your area, tell us where you are and
Yes.
the,
Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. So I'm in the US. So if you're in Canada, I'm not in Canada. But yes, you can find me online. I post a lot on social media. I'm on Facebook, Angela Fuller. I'm on Instagram, COLO Fitness Chick. So Colorado Fitness Chick, basically, because I started off teaching fitness. And then I post on TikTok and YouTube sometimes, but I'm 45. Actually, Facebook's still my favorite. Right?
awesome.
That's probably
Yeah,
our age group.
exactly. Yes, that's our demographic.
That's a demographic. But yes, I share my story on if you want to see a visual version of my story, it's pinned at the top of my Facebook. It's a 1 minute video and it shows you all the whole visual of my story. So I'm a visual person. So I like
I love it. That's great. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So this has just been so inspiring. Before we finish off here, Angela, let's do a few little
Yes.
rapid fire questions to
Perfect.
help us just to get to know you a little bit better. Okay.
Yeah.
A favorite healthy food?
Smoothies.
Nice,
I
quick,
know it's silly, but
easy.
I love fruit. I love it. Like when people are like cut out sugar, I'm like, not natural sugar.
Right.
I love me some fruit. And we were just in Hawaii and like I ate so much pineapple, my mouth was like raw because like I just love fruit. So smoothies.
Okay. Okay. How about favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Switzerland, Grindelwald. Put it on your bucket list. It's
Okay.
unbelievable. It's gorgeous waterfalls. Like I live in Colorado, we have pretty mountains, but Switzerland's like times 10.
Really?
So my
Wow.
family's really active, so we love to like hike and do all the things there. So yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. And then the last question, what's something that might surprise us to know about you?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are surprised to hear that there's zero athletes in my family. So in my bloodline. So I'm now raising two boys who are athletes. They're football players and skiers. But my mom, dad, aunts, uncle, the whole way down on both sides, not one athlete. So
Really?
I was like, yeah, my sister's not an athlete. So it was this like random thing that I was doing flips off the bars when I was 5 years old. And the teacher's like, you should put your daughter in gymnastics. And that's how I got started. But yeah, so I didn't really have any like role models growing up in my family. And I kind of was like nobody kind of understood. Even to this day, a lot of my family is like, okay, so like, are you going to do this forever? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to flip and fly forever. They're like, well, don't you think you're getting too old? I'm like, I am never going to be too old. I'm going to be the 100-year-old woman doing a backflip.
Love it. That's amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a huge lesson right there for us to finish off with is you can be the one. We don't need to,
Yes.
use that as an excuse. You can be the one that's now carrying it on for generations.
Yes. Like when I always say stuff like I'm the oldest to do this or the oldest to do that, my hope is I'm not the oldest, right? Like I think it's cool, but I also would love to see a 60-year-old sign up and do the Omnathon with me. Or, that's why I share my story, is not to be the only one. I want more women to come with me. And that has been so cool to watch because even our nationals has grown. We have the most amount of women ever doing men's events at nationals. So it's really cool to see, you get to see it directly of how you're influencing a big change. Our local meet used last year had like a handful of us doing men's events, and this year we had like 30.
Wow.
So I think it's really cool to see all these women out here like, yeah, I'm strong. I want to try some rings or some parallel bars. So
Yes.
yeah, so I don't think people realize the power in being the first, but the power of you bringing people with you. It's not to be seen and saying, look at me. It's to be, helping others. Yeah.
And you are doing that for sure. Okay, Angela, well, I just have to ask you, if someone listening to this and they're saying, you know what, I'm there, or, I'm in that dark place, or maybe I'm not even in a really dark place like you were at one time, but I just have dreams, and or
Yeah.
I feel invisible, or I don't have dreams. And what's just something they can do today to start to help them move
Yeah.
towards designing a life they love?
Yes. So the number one thing is we all do have something that in our dreams we think about, right? Every time I ask somebody, what are your dreams? A lot of the moms tell me their kids' dreams. I'm like, no, your dream. What is your dream? What haunts you at night? Like what you're laying there going, gosh, it'd be really cool to do that. And when I ask that deep question, a lot of them like, actually, I always wanted to write a book or I wanted to run a marathon. And I'm like, okay, go do it. And they're like, well, what do you mean go do it? I'm like, yeah, just go do it. Like, just set your mind up and go do it. And I think that that's easier said than done, but that is literally what I did. You do just have to show up. Like, in my first gymnastics class, I remember sitting in my car, like, am I really going to go in there? Thank God I got out of the car because look what happened. Um, but I think that's the biggest thing is you just have to show up, commit that you're going to do it, give yourself grace and love because sometimes it does take a while. I do love that part of my story too. The 4 years of waiting to be an American Ninja Warrior, I grew so much. And so know that there's work in the waiting as well, right? So if that dream takes 4 years, that's okay. That's part of the journey. And then also rejection's not rejection, it's redirection. So if something doesn't open and doesn't work for you, just you're going a different direction. The doors that are going to open that are meant for you. And so that's the biggest thing. But the grace and love part, I think, is huge because I think we are hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
Um, like I pictured myself on American Ninja Warrior the first year I applied. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I guess I'm not good enough, or like they don't like me, and I was talking to the casting, and so many people never apply again. They apply once. They're like, yep, I'm done. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because 70,000 people apply. So I think that like the odds beginning on are small, but I still feel like, why not you? That's
Yeah.
what even saying this out loud, I remember having that exact thought with myself of like, why not me? Why not me? Why can't I be the one that is the one that gets the phone call? And so I think that that's the big thing is to dream big. It is truly never too late and never ever give up. If that dream is in your heart, God put it there. And so do everything you can to make it come true.
I love it. That is amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for this
Thank you for
conversation.
having me.
Thank you for using your journey and where God has taken you to inspire other people and just to be such an encouragement and such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. If this has inspired you and encouraged you today, I'm sure it has, then make sure you like, comment what was your favorite part of this podcast, and share this with someone that you know that could really be encouraged from this today, because this is so powerful and we all want to design a life we love. So thanks for watching. Thank you for tuning in today. If this episode spoke to you even in the smallest way, would you do me a quick favor? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Leave a like or a review because it truly helps the message reach more women who need it. And if someone came to mind while you were listening, share this episode with her. You never know. Your share might be the spark that changes her entire season. I'm grateful you're here, walking this journey of renewal and radiance with me. And until next time, keep choosing to design a life you love.